In the top right corner, we have the yellow Protoss. It's Zealot. And in the bottom left, we have the teal Terran. It's Sauber. Saab versus Zealot. Now this is gonna be an interesting fight because Saab I don't really know too much about, but Zealot, he usually plays like a lot of aggro games. He likes to play a lot of in-your-face type builds. Sometimes he goes double gate. He sometimes does proxy gate. He does usually against like other Zergs. He likes to go forge, fast expands. Sometimes he does occasionally go for Dragoons, try to go right off the bat. But we'll see how he handles against Sauber, because mines might be Zealot's biggest issue, but we'll see, because the last time I believe I saw Sauber play against like QQ, I believe he was playing against, there's a bunch of mine play that he just completely lost control of. I believe that was Solid that lost control of it against all these mines. Either way, Sauber, completely new player that we haven't seen play. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sauber we haven't really seen play, and we're gonna go in and see what Sauber has to offer this table here. A little bit laggy, yes, I understand. Sorry. My bad, I'm trying. It has to be the last game. Ah, I can't message him because he's not available. Either way, going for standard. Looks like he's going for SimCity. Gonna have that barracks right along the line of the supply depot. So if anything, Marines could go in and pass through, but Zealots cannot. Simulator right on top of the refinery. Zealots are gonna definitely be on their way soon, I presume, because this is a big stop. This is a big stop. If you stop the Terran from getting that gas, wow, very lucky cross position check right there. If he does get this assimilator block, then it's going to definitely put the factory way behind, and it's going to force him to get way more Marines and potentially get Zealot to force out more Zealots or Dragoons faster to go in and stop this from happening. Like, to stop any expansion from happening, or even push in to try to get the final blow. Barracks is already almost done. Got 3 SCVs even pulled off of the mineral line to go in and get this down as fast as possible, and hopefully he can get that refinery up before even the probe can come by and even place down a second assimilator. Cybernetic score on the way. Looks like he might not even be going for a Zealot, because he right now has an advantage that he might even be like, hey, you know, just save up for the Dragoons and get ready for that. Getting another pylon. Ooh, getting that first Marine out. Try to take out that assimilator, but he needs to get that probe out of here. Because if that probe ever comes back and takes that assimilator, that is going to be a very big problem. Refinery finally going up. 2 Marines going to start at the base. Needs to start getting more Marines. Probe still lingering outside the base. The 1 kill. Cybernetic score just finished. And the first Dragoon is being produced. Even though Zealot did get a lucky position check, looks like Sauber did not get the same. Sauber's going to have to go and check the bottom right, then go ahead and check the top right. He'll eventually meet his mark, unless, oh my gosh, is he going to go do a cross check here? If he is, then he's going to miss and get the last check. Checking for any proxy potentially. No proxy, and it's going to do a cross check. This is going to be very bad for Sauber. Bunker coming down, and the expansion's about to start for Sauber in just a moment here, and it starts right about now. First Dragoon on its way. already in the bunker, already has the SCV here to go in and start doing some repairs. Got a pylon here. Now this is very interesting. Is this going to be another hidden robo? Or is this going to become for a citadel of a dune? We'll see. Or even a... We'll see. I wonder what he's going to do. I'm pretty sure he's going to go for an expansion first. Okay, I thought it was going to be a proxy, but it's just maybe just a random pylon, just a scout pylon to make sure nothing gets there. SCV's got to be... Oh, there you go. Very nice. Gonna keep this repaired. Pushing this Dragoon back. Doing a little bit of damage, taking almost half on that Dragoon. Pushing this SCV out as well. SCV actually going to check out this right side, see the pylon, maybe even be aware. Ooh, does he see it? Okay, he does see it. He does see the pylon. And he's going to start attacking it. And then the Dragoons are going to converge. Yeah, there's no way this SCV is going to get out alive. Third Dragoon, dang, a little bit of a reaction, but it's definitely to stop any sort of like scouting into his base yet again. Sauber did a nice little transfer there, got about 9 SCVs, getting a second factory, getting the machine shop working, and starting an early armory and academy. Wow, this is actually going to be a really quick tech build. Getting that first attack upgrade possibly on those tanks and mechanical units as fast as possible. Wow, looks like Zealot's going to be pushing on his way over and getting some harassment done while he gets his robo underway. And we'll see if this is just going to go ahead and be either a robo for shuttle and a reaver, or if this is going to go ahead and transfer into just observers. Oh, there's not enough SCVs on this bunker. It's gonna lose the bunker. This is huge. This is gonna be potentially the end of this game if he doesn't get those Marines back and get a siege tank up. Siege tank is up, but those SCVs are blocking those Marines off the ramp. The 2 Marines head down the ramp. This must have been a misclick, or this is just bad management of these units. The Marines are about to go down. The 2 Marines are low. He's going to use these SCVs to sponge up some damage, get the tank in there and try to do some additional damage, take out some of these Dragoons, kiting backwards, trying to do additional damage to these buildings. Takes out one of these barracks, then he'll definitely take out any other production of factories. Denies the production of the eBay, causing it to cancel, pulling more SCVs off the line, pushing it forward, try to do some damage, but also try to keep this tank alive. Tank pulls back. Oh, tank pulls back, taking a little bit of shots here, but is definitely going to stay alive. Dragoons still trying to do a bunch of damage here. Oh, about to take out that barracks. It's so low. Oh, Vulture also in on the mix. Ooh, about to lose this tank. He needs to be careful. He needs to switch tanks in, and he's going to lose this Vulture too. It's huge. Oh, big loss here for the Terran player. Losing a bunch of production and a bunch of units. Trying to keep this tank alive. Both having a little bit of it. Okay, there you go. Gets the siege tanks up. He's going to push out this Dragoon army, trying to do additional damage. But finally is able to push back the Dragoon army. 4 kills, 3 kills, 7 kills. That is a lot of damage just on those 3 units alone. What will Sauber do to come back from this? He's going to eventually need to transfer some more SCVs over, which he's doing right now. Trying to build an eBay. Try to keep this wall off. Slowly try to move his tanks forward. Try to keep those Dragoons at bay. But at the same time, Zealot took a second base at the 3 o'clock position. Okay, so the robo is just mainly for the observatory. Get some observers out there trying to see if he can scout out any vultures if they lay down mines in front of his base. And get some intel. See what type of stuff he's having. See if he has the armory, which he already has. Getting already weapons 1. Comsat stations already coming up for the main base. Will he get it for the natural, or will he... Yes, he's going to get it at the natural instead of prioritizing SCVs. Trying to get a supply depot to give maybe an additional buffer of buildings. Sending the observer right down the middle here. He's going to go and see what type of units he has. He's going to notice that there's only 3 siege tanks, a vulture, even though he only has 4 dragoons. Ooh, 6 dragoons, but still. He's right now going for more of a macro heavy. Whenever Terran is right now just in pure panic mode. Let's see, what did Sauber see? Sauber sees that he has the third expansion, or the second expansion, and that he only has 3 gateways. And with, of course, the Robo and the Observatory. So good finds by Sauber, but he needs to find some way to push out. He doesn't have seem to have the force to do so. He's going to try to build a missile turret, see if he can go in and catch this observer as soon as it comes in, but it's already inside his base. Gonna need to build another one. Oh. Second? Sorry about that. Anyways, so anything that I miss, please excuse that. Okay, looks like if anything really, Sauber has just been, has not expanded. He's just been mainly just building up a force, re-getting that supply of SCVs, trying to get that economic back. Trying to get that economy back. He does have 1 attack upgrade. Dragoons still no upgrades. But he does have a large amount of them because that second expansion did kick in. The green's starting to run on by. It's a little bit laggy, I understand, and I'm sorry about this. I'm also sorry about the small pause. He did get his 3rd expansion, but the observers did find it. But he's setting up these siege tanks, and it's a little bit scary here for Zealot. Gonna have to run up that ramp with all these tanks gonna be there, but he's probably gonna have enough just to purely run up that ramp. He's second guessing himself. And he's gonna go in and pull back. Then again, looks like Sauber did catch him trying to take this base at this 12 o'clock. Look at all, but he's fully saturated in all these bases. He's definitely been doing a good job. Let me see if I could do any latency stuff. Okay. Alright, it looks like the frames are back randomly. Anyways. This vulture is definitely going to get cleaned out. 22 damage, of course. We got mines. And vulture thrusters, it looks like. Either way. Gotta have these factories on full production soon. He's got all these SCVs transferred over, in which now he's actually in a better standpoint. He's gonna have a better face-to-face confrontation with this Protoss player as soon as he gets that supply cap up. Ooh, taking that observer out is huge, trying to deny any observation points for that Protoss player. Having another observer trying to push forward with these dragoons, try to take out any of these mines that are going to be laid out right in front of them. Pulling back most of these siege tanks, only leaving 1 siege tank there to defend. But then again, here comes a Reaver potentially, or is this just a drop of Zealots? Maybe even High Templar, I wasn't paying attention. Ooh, but all of a sudden, I do see carriers being produced. Oh, this is huge. If Sauber doesn't scout this and make enough sufficient Goliaths for this, this could be game ending, and it could end the game really quickly. Then again, I can see that he is making a lot of Goliaths here. He has maybe 5, but as soon as he sees that carrier production, he's definitely going to ramp up that production of Goliaths ASAP. Vulture's still roaming out the map a little bit. Gonna have a little bit more mine time to go ahead and have some fun, lay down some mines, and hopefully roam out, see if you can catch a couple probes, and do some economic damage to Zealot. Ooh, maybe you're gonna run. Okay, there you go. Not gonna run into that mine. But there you go. Have that SCV to the top left and to the center left. Trying to scan for any observers. Not gonna find one. There is one though at the bridge that he does not seem to find. Oh, looks like there's a probe. He's gonna deny the expansion with that probe. He does see all these mines with this observer, and he's gonna go ahead and scout at this top left with the observer. Ooh, almost takes out all those dragoons there with that mine. Using his vultures, trying to slow down the attack of these dragoons. So using this barracks as a forward observing point. Instead of taking the top left, he will be taking the bottom right for his own economic advantage. But did he see it from this mine that this probe probably came by, or did it just strafe on by? 3 carriers on the map, already running around with 8 interceptors with +1 damage. This is going to be scary. It's going to be a shock for Sauber if he did not scan out those carriers. He does have quite a few now. He has 5, 6, 7, 8 Goliaths, but we'll see if that's enough in just a moment against these carriers. There's only 3, 4. 4th one just got made. And he has 3 more being made at the moment. Wow, already about to have 200 cap right now. This is huge. And he's going to get another expansion at the top left, taking advantage of all these locations. Forcing Zealot to go ahead and be in a panic mode, trying to get these locations under control. Then again, he might even retaliate using these carriers to go in and push. The carriers now have been shown, and the see that's going to start ramping up production of Goliaths. The Goliaths are already starting to move on their way over there. Not all of them, but starting to move most of them. As the Zealots are going to start running in because the carriers did bust open a front door. Oh, these Goliaths got cut off, and these Goliaths are going to get cut off by these Zealots too. Oh, this is going to be very tragic if he can't get these Goliaths onto these carriers. He needs to start targeting these carriers and not these interceptors. Oh no, and he's just sending in these Goliaths one by one. He needs to send them all in together. This is a group effort. If he doesn't, then these Goliaths are just going to get picked off one by one, and these carriers are going to rain mayhem. Carriers are already starting to rack up a bunch of points here. Oh, nice. Getting a nice target down. Gonna potentially get one of these carriers taken out. Slowly 100, 100. Ooh, now in a very bad spot here. The Dragoons are up there. He's locking up his ramp with all these siege tanks, trying to take out these Dragoons. But in the end, he did lose a lot of economic value from this expansion by losing all those SCVs and buildings. If he does take out this command center, he's definitely going to put a halt in his economy, going to slow it down tenfold whenever Zealot has a huge bank of 5,000 minerals versus the 1,000 of Sauber. Sauber trying to fight his way up his own ramp, having a hard time trying to keep this command center alive, slowly losing all these Goliaths whenever he needs them in the next few fights against these carriers. 7 carriers right now, running out with all these interceptors getting produced, plus 1 attack upgrade, and of course he's probably getting attack too, making another gateway over there as well. So he's running 10 gateways. He's going to have 10 gateways here. Of course, he probably might start producing more gateways in these other side locations. Oh, he can't build something there. He probably knows that there's a... Oh, and the carriers start pushing into the natural. Gonna start targeting down all these command centers. He's trying to repair, or he's just gonna pull SCV. He's not even gonna worry about repairing. He's gonna lose this. He loses the command center. He takes out a couple of these interceptors, but he's not taking out any of the vital units, which are these carriers. These carriers are the big problem. He does have the Goliath count now, but not even an economy to manage it. He needs to get it. He needs to get that economy back because it's too late now. He already is supply capped. And Zealot has a big bank that he can just start spending anytime he needs. More Zealots just going to come on in here and try to push down this Zealot. Yeah, the Zealot's just going to go ahead and push it down this tank wall. carrier going to come in support. More and more zealots are going to start running in here, take out all these tanks, and what else can they do? The Goliaths are going to have to stay back. They're going to have to wait and get a better defensive position with more tanks, because otherwise these zealots are going to run in and fight these Goliaths and just take a lot of damage for them. And there goes another command center, and there goes the economy of Sauber. The rest of his economy is basically long distance mining, and this is going to be very devastating. Oh wow! He actually still has money? Like, he actually still has a mining base, just barely though. Wow, this is all about to run out in a matter of minutes. Barely has about 200 to 300 minerals in his main base. He does have 4 missile turrets, but that is not going to be enough to handle all these carriers. Well, these Goliaths though are coming in to do a lot of damage. Trying to take out all of these interceptors. It's only do mineral damage though. All these interceptors are still roaming around right behind them, giving them back up to these carriers. Long distance mining yet again, as he tries to get a command center down. Still roaming at 199 cap or zealot, while he also makes an additional 3 carriers. So it's going to be 9 carriers roaming the map. That's scary. Now that is scary. 9 carriers on one map, that's going to be hard to deal with, and he needs to get this economy up stat. He may even need to try and fight and steal this 6 o'clock position, or even catch back up. Good D-Matrix right on top of the siege tank, just in case to absorb any damage. And of course there's a big transfer here, because the rest of the minerals inside his main did go out. Nice wall here of photon cannons. Oh, but the SCV is of course going to be seeing this all happen right in front of his face. And a good way to take out all these mines, just use your carriers and start picking up all these tanks and Goliaths. All these tanks and Goliaths are going to start falling apart, and then these Goliaths aren't even starting to attack these carriers. These carriers need to be targeted. He has all these Goliaths but not enough targeting. He's just focusing on all these interceptors. If he had them all targeting one at a time, he would have a better chance. But then again, Zealot is using this hill to his advantage. He's trying to keep them struggling to go up and down that ramp. Look at this, causing a little bit of collision right on that ramp. Forcing these tanks back here to siege up and at a farther distance, trying to force a fight if they can. These carriers are doing way too much damage. But it looks like Sauber is trying to do what he can to fight back. More Goliaths on the way to go in and support these ones. And he finally gets the command centers up, and he's starting to get mining back underway. He needs to start getting these zealots, SCVs moving. Goliath slowly getting picked off left and right. Still 80 interceptors in each command carrier, most of them. One of them only lost their shields. I don't even think he killed any of those carriers. With a full control group of carriers, this is the biggest problem he has right now. Goliath's trying to work their way towards those carriers, but then again he's going to run into a small army of dragoons and a zealot. Oh, he's finally going to get his chance to take out 1 or 2 of these carriers. He takes out 1. Can he get a second one? He's going to get a second one and a third. He takes out 3 carriers. Okay, so now that is a big advantage there, but it's too much for him to handle because he's going to lose all his tech stuff right now. He's losing all these factories that are producing the Goliaths he needs to fight back this carrier army. Oh, loses a 4th. Potentially going to lose a 5th. Oh, all these missiles going to go right onto that carrier. Is it going to be too much? And he's going to lose a 5th carrier right here. Very big kills here, very big picks, but then again, he still has the economy to fund more of them. 6. He just lost 6 carriers. He's going to lose more. The carriers have done so much damage, but the Goliaths are trying to do what they can to fight back against this armada of carriers. Carriers are still being mass produced at the time. Still firing on these interceptors, while of course mining up at the top left, using all available resources to go in and continue to fund this 200 army versus the 118 for Sauber. Sauber's situation is looking very dire. His economy is starting to fall apart. He only has the left and his natural And the very 6 o'clock base is actually being defended by a couple dragoons, so if he does expand, this is going to be a big problem. Oh, a couple zealots walk in, but they could be easily cleaned up by these Goliaths, but they're going to be distracted by these interceptors instead. Using this as an advantage, going to use these zealots to push forward. Of course, Zealot's going to try to do what he can to keep this ramp wide open so he can keep on units flooding on in to go in and take this expansion again, because this expansion is key to Sauber's potential survival for another few minutes. But if he does not expand one more time, he's going to be in a very, very big problem. He's going to have a very big problem that's not going to be fixed without expanding, and Zealot is just slowly building that bank right back up to 5,000 plus. Carriers still working their way down. Has about 7 again. Probably has a few more of them on the way. Using these Goliaths to take up all these zealots. Here comes the carriers right on the right side. Loses a carrier instantly. Using these Goliaths to target the carriers right away. Taking 2 carriers out. 2 of them are really low. Oh, here we go. We're going to target another carrier. One of them's going to go down. 2 of them might go down. Ooh, 6 health on that carrier. So low, but no cigar. He has 3 carriers, 1 at 6 health. This is actually a very interesting situation that he's going to have to be very careful of, otherwise he's going to lose everything, but still have that in that economic value to just start massing a bunch of zealots to slowly push his way in. More Goliaths going up, of course, to this second base on the 9 o'clock. Zealot's going to run in, do a little bit of a scout. Going to see that this ramp is going to start being closed off. And these dragoons are slowly going to start trying to push forward. Ooh, without these observers, they are going to start taking damage. He's starting to get a little bit lost on the ground. He should have been sticking to the air if that's his strong suit, because he has no observers to help spot out these mines. Sauber trying to do what he can to cause like a small little bit line of defense here if there's any push, but he really needs to focus on... Oh, very big mine hit there on these dragoons. Alright, we're going to see here what these Goliaths can do, if they could go ahead and target, or if this is just going to be a big, huge killing spree. Zealots going down. Not enough Zealots to go in and push forward this line, and it looks like the Goliath... Oh, very nice here. They're going to have a couple Zealots, but that shuttle gets pushed down. Goliath's going to go ahead and come in here, take out a couple of these interceptors before he could probably target some. He's going to push and walk right into this wave of storms. 2 carriers, super low, 83, 6 health. And going to take out potentially 2 full carrier sizes right now. It's going to take 2 carriers out right now. 1. And here comes the second. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. There you go. And the second one goes down. A lot of economic value just went out the window for Zealot. But Zealot's not even worried. He has too many expansions in the economy that he's just like worried, like, oh, you know, no worries, I'm just going to make a few more. And look, now he's just going to spam out a bunch of gateways and just make a whole bunch of units because he has the economy to do so. Sauber going to try to do what he can to take out this top left base. Still running around with some minerals in each side of these patches, but of course his natural is going to run out sooner, and so he needs to get a third base up ASAP. Third base mining. There you go, very nice. Actually going to be using this siege tanks to go in and start taking out those towers. Then again, here comes a big army coming up from behind. There you go. The Goliaths are going to start doing what they can, and the Zealots are going to start falling to these Goliaths really fast with these Zealots to help. These tanks are going to definitely do a lot of damage, but then again, where's the Goliath pop? The pollution. Oh god, all these Goliaths are gone, so now this army is just going to fall apart. The Goliaths are dead, so now the rest of these tanks are going to get slowly targeted one by one. One goes down, another one, and another one bites the dust. He has to pull back this army because he knows he can't do anything at that moment. Sauber desperately trying to keep his army alive, desperately trying to keep this going. This is Persarta. This is Persarta, apparently. He's fighting for Persarta. That must be some sort of Protoss homeworld. Here comes an additional 5 carriers. Ooh, getting targeted by the missile turret, which is definitely good for the Terran player. He just gets to get these Goliaths close enough to go in and take out these carriers. That carrier with 6 HP is still standing. He has +3 attack on these interceptors, but now he needs to start working on the armor. Yes, he is already starting working on the armor. Armor plating. 6 carriers ready for damage. Still trying to push into the main with all these. Oh! Big drag, taking out that tank. Future Goons trying to push at the front too. Whole bunch of zealots and a dish. Oh, now an arbiter. This is going to be huge because now there's going to be invisibility and he's going to probably not even have enough scans to even fight this. He probably has what, 2 scans? 5 scans. We're going to have 5 scans by the time they fight. But we'll see what he does and if he has enough time to go and get these. Oh wow. The economy is completely at 0 basically. Trying to get as many missile turrets as he can, but is that even going to be close to enough to even handle all these carriers? We'll have to find out. Here he comes. He's going to be 8 carriers and an arbiter. This is going to be a very interesting opening here. We're going to see how he opens up this fight. Unless he decides to do something crazy and go for a carrier on one side and pushes with the arbiter and does a recall with another, but we'll see. On the other hand, Sauber is trying to do anything he can to scramble to get as many resources. Running out of resources down to his last mineral patch with 4 minerals and he's out of minerals. This is it. This is all he has. He's completely dry. And this is going to be the fall. Sauber, but he's going to do anything he can to do as much damage back to Zealot. Definitely all these Zealots are going to be falling down, but then he needs to scan. Good stasis on those Goliaths, getting a couple, but he should have put it maybe a little bit further on top of those Goliaths on the ramp. Stop more of those Goliaths from getting up, but still going to take out all these Zealots. But then again, still, those carriers are the main problem. Bring in more reinforcements to go and try and defend against this. But it looks like it's going to be a very big high advantage towards Zealot. And there's not much anything else that Sauber can do because he has no economy, and we're going to see what he does next in a few minutes. Still continuing to try to take out these Goliaths, and Sauber is trying to do what he can to try to target these carriers, but he can't if he can't even see them, so he's going to have to go right for the Arbiter. But he does not have any more Goliaths after these last 3. Ooh, just a random 1 more coming, 2 more coming, but that's it. He only has 4 minerals left. And the rest is history. Looks like this is definitely a GG situation, and I do not know if Sauber would ever be able to come back. Carrier's just going to slowly start walking in, as well as the Zealot army. Science Festival goes down instantly. Here comes the Armada. Oh, he's trying to do something cheeky here though. Trying to go ahead and move his command center to the very 6 o'clock position, but it's already taken over by the Protoss. Every base has been taken over by the Protoss, and this is going to be where he's going to lose this. This is where he falls. This is where the tanks are going to start destroying themselves to these photon cannons just to try to get some damage. More Dragoons and Zealots are coming in to go ahead and get closer and closer to finishing off Sauber. Sauber is not going out without a fight though. He's trying to do as much damage as he can, but GG is called and Sauber has lost this game, and GG to Zealot.